There are two kinds of people in this world. The people who fail to do what they know they should, and those who keep doing things they know they shouldn't. Guess what? You're both. Hi, I'm your host, life and business coach, Marcy Barker, aka your loving kick in the pants. In this podcast, I'll teach you the 6 steps of my accountability code that will help you wake up with clarity and show up with aligned action steps that make follow through easy and peaceful. All right, let's jump in.
Hello, my beautiful people. I'm excited to talk to you today about the email that goes hand in hand with the weekly business builder that I send out every week. If you are not on the weekly business builder email list, you should be, because it's a very good reminder of small things you can do to move the needle and be accountable in your business. So today I'm going to talk about personal development and 3 different ideas that you can do that are going to help you improve your life and improve your business too, because I don't think it's possible to improve your business without improving yourself as a person. And I think that when you go in with the intention of improving yourself as a person, I think that you and your mind are just way more enlightened and you're able to change your business in a way that makes sense for you, because it's not fun to grow a business if it doesn't resonate with you. I think a lot of people can relate to that. I mean, you guys, I sold Mary Kay. I sold makeup a long time ago, and I never had dreams of selling makeup ever. And that showed in my ability to grow a business that I wasn't really passionate about. If you guys are not working on yourself and your business together, then you're creating a recipe for failure. Not failure as in, you're not good enough, but it's like create something that you're proud of and something that you actually want to stick to. So before we dive in, I just want to set the stage with that. The personal development can be done in a lot of different ways, and sometimes we're more drawn to work on our businesses, and as a result of that, we learn things on a personal level that maybe we wouldn't have gone in and decided to change. And one reason I really enjoy growing my Facebook group is not just because it grows my business, but it's a safe place for healthy challenges, meaning there at this time of recording, 3,300 people in the group. That is a lot of personalities. I can guarantee you I'm not friends with every single person, and that there are people in the group who I probably wouldn't associate with otherwise. But putting myself in a position to grow my group, grow my business, grow myself, I am inevitably put in positions where I have to test myself and challenge myself. So when you're listening to a podcast about accountability, I would hope that you go into a personal development conversation with the idea that not everything is going to be peachy, but we can definitely go into it with the intention of saying, yeah, I'm choosing to be better now, and I'm going to choose my struggles before my struggles choose me. So the very first thing I want to talk about is the first tip of setting a clear personal goal. And I think that this is really important as you're starting a business and growing a business, that you really align yourself with what you want to do. Because again, like I said, if you're trying to grow a business that you don't really want to grow, it's going to be really hard to develop yourself as a person if you're like, I don't even want to do this. Everything is just going to come with resistance. So just as you set personal goals, set personal development goals for your business as well. Whether it's reading a book, going to a seminar, learning a new skill, I think that when you are clear about how that thing can benefit you as a person, you as a business owner, that it's going to be easier, it's going to be more enjoyable, and it's going to be more beneficial for all fronts.
Hey listeners, the message of waking up and showing up is yours for the taking. In fact, it's free. I've recorded my entire audiobook, and I'd love for you to consume it between episodes. Head to marcybarker.com to get instant access to the accountability code Wake Up and Show Up. All right, let's jump back in.
The second tip is mindfulness and stress management. And I know that not everybody puts time into self-care or managing stress, but I was talking to a friend the other day about growing a business. When the numbers are bigger, I think somehow it just becomes more stressful, even though the lessons are the same. So I have an experience where somebody and we are not agreeing on the contract that we signed. And in the past, so I went and taught a fitness education class years ago, and I would teach a class. I'd teach women about speeding up their metabolism, meal prepping, and having a good mindset. And at the end of the class, I would sell my programs and my challenges. And I also had a membership. It was $50 a month at the time. And I had somebody come in, and all of a sudden I get a dispute on the charge that somebody was like, I didn't pay for this. This is fraudulent. And I was like, okay, I have the signature. I have the picture of the event that we went to, and I have her logging in to the program and using it. But the bank was like, nope, fraudulent, no more. And I was like, okay, well, that kind of sucks. It's $50, whatever. But when the price tag becomes bigger, and there's more on the line, more work has been put in. And even though the problem is the exact same, the price tag is a little bit different. And so what I'm getting at is that as you grow your business, you might deal with the exact same problem, but the stakes are higher. You know, if you have a client return one candle, that's not a big deal. But if you have a shop owner return 50 candles, that's a different story because the impact is more. So as you are growing your business, I feel like it is very important that you put mindfulness and stress management into your business practices because it's going to come. It's just inevitable. There are times that you're going to be stressed out. So incorporate mindfulness practices into your routine, and managing stress effectively not only improves your well-being, but it also enhances your decision-making and your creativity in business. I will also add that when you are working on stress management, you also respond better. Like your emails are nicer, your correspondence is more professional, and I think that everybody can use a little bit more downtime. So I think putting that into your plan for professional development is a very needed piece. The third thing is to seek feedback and continuously learn. So this is a really important one too, because as I said, the problems might become bigger or the price tags are bigger. And that means that sometimes you're dealing with situations that not every business owner deals with. And I had somebody in my group make a post that she was looking to connect with people who make six figures or more. And somebody commented on the post and was like, I don't think that you should segment people by how much money they make because we're all worthy and we're all business owners. And the fact is, if you're dealing with $50 or you're dealing with $5,000, like the price makes the conditions different. And so it's important as you're learning a business to go learn from the people who have been where you are, not just in the situations, but the price tags, because, you know, getting a lawyer for $50 is not something people do, but getting a lawyer for $50,000, okay, now that's a little bit different. So as you are working to grow your business, I think seeking feedback and continuous learning is super important because if you don't run $1 million business, you don't know how to run $1 million business. So it's not like running a business where you make $10,000 a year. I think that if there are certain things you want to level up with, you've got to talk to people who have done it, and you have to talk to people who have actually experienced the thing that you're going through. So as you are growing yourself and growing your business, take a second to think about, am I more interested in growing my business right now, or am I more interested in developing myself as a person? Because here's another thing that happens a lot too, is when people are trying to grow their business, they might invest in a product or a program that they think is going to grow their business, but then they dive into it and they realize that things in their personal life are hindering them from growing their business in the first place. So I think a good rule of thumb is to tune in and use that thought process of, okay, where am I ready to put my money and my time and my energy? And this is definitely something that the accountability code can help you with, because the process of the accountability code is helping you with your next best action steps. And I think a lot of people dive into maybe a program or a personal development piece of material. It could even be a book where maybe they picked it up for the wrong reason or it wasn't entirely right for them. I know I've done that. I've picked up a book recommendation that I've seen in a Facebook group, and you dive in and you're like, oh, this was not really what I needed. But everybody loves this book, so I feel like I should love this book too. But really, maybe that's not what you need in business or in your personal life too. So as you are looking for ways to grow your business, I also want you to look for ways to grow yourself as a person, because they will definitely impact each other. And where growth happens in one area, it's going to bleed over into the other area as well. So if you have any need, if you feel like there's something missing, I encourage you to use the accountability code and dive through those steps, because it will help you find the next best action steps. So that is the email that is recent in the weekly business builder. Remember, we send these out every single Sunday. So one thing that I would like to do better is to do a podcast on the different topics. And I would love to know what you guys want to hear about so I can create more content for you when it comes to very specific situations you're going through. You know, whether it is like, how do I deal with clients who want a refund? Or how do I deal with clients who want more, but I haven't been there yet? What do I do when I come across a coaching clients who their big goal is something I haven't done just yet? Things like that. I think it all is important information as we're working on our businesses, because that's really the only way to grow, is to encounter things we haven't necessarily come up against yet. So I hope you all have a fabulous day, and I will see you next week.
Hey friends, I want to thank you for listening to this episode of Your Loving Kick in the Pants. If you got any value out of this episode, I would love for you to drop me a review or share with a friend what you learned. All right, I'll see you next Wednesday for Your Loving Kick in the Pants.